welcome back to my little corner of the interwebs. And guess what? It's another foundation review. Okay, so I don't know what's happening, but it seems like everyone is debuting a new foundation for the spring. And you know your girl likes foundations. And she's always on the search for her next favorite foundation. So of course, you know, I had to try them. Today, the one that we're going to be trying out is the new Pristine Louboutin Teint Fetiche Fluide foundation. So I had tried the balm for you guys and I loved it, right? So I figured, why not go ahead and try the foundation as well. I also got it in the same color as the balm. I got it in 60 Warm Sienna Nude. And you get a full ounce of product with this in the bottle. And it's $77, which to me is like a super weird price point. Like, how did they come up with $77, right? Like, I don't know. But I got mine from Bergdorf Goodman, I want to say. I either got it from Neiman Marcus or Bergdorf Goodman because I know I use my Neiman Marcus card. So one of those two. I got it from one of those two. And also, Hermes came out with some new spring lipsticks, and I got one. This is my first Hermes lipstick. I have other products from Hermes, but never tried the lipstick, so I kind of want to try that today as well. But as for the foundation, let me give you some blurbs on what it's supposed to be. So what it is, a matte liquid foundation, and that's another thing. All the foundations that are coming out for the spring are matte. So, like, are we swinging back towards matte? Because I know for a minute there we were doing luminous and dewy. So, I guess matte is back in. Okay. A matte liquid foundation that slips effortlessly on. A light veil that brings breathable, buildable, perfectly flawless comfort and high coverage. Another thing. All of the foundations that I've been trying have been high coverage foundations. So, like, yeah, I don't know about that. What it does, up to 24 hours of comfortable, no transfer wear and a luminous matte finish. This liquid foundation unifies and illuminates with sublimating, breathable, high coverage. It minimizes the appearance of pores, smooths and softens the complexion, and leaves the skin feeling moisturized. The texture is long-lasting without drying, and it feels comfortable after application thanks to its immediate hydration. This vegan formula is infused with Dermaglam Complex, concentrated of precious skin-loving ingredients that actively care for the skin. That was a lot. Anyway, so it comes in a red Louboutin box, which is, you know, normal. And then the foundation bottle itself is kind of cute. This is what it looks like. Yeah, this is what it looks like. The cap is very ornate, as is, you know, it's want to be with Louboutin. So, not for nothing, but when I had tried 60 Warm Sienna Nude, it was a little bit dark. That is fine, right? There isn't an exact shade for me in this foundation because the one before that, 55, is a neutral warm, so I didn't want to mess with that, so I just went ahead and got this one. How many shades are there? See, this is one of the reasons why I don't like reading from Nordstrom, because they don't be putting stuff like that, and that's kind of important. So give me a second and I'll tell you how many shades there are. Okay, so the foundation comes in 28 shades, which is, you know, in this day and age of foundations, it's not a whole lot, but it is what it is. Now, one of the things that really caught me off guard with this foundation, because I already kind of sort of, not really tried it, but like I pumped it on the back of my hand, because you guys know I have no chill. So I pumped it on the back of my hand, and the first thing that struck me was that, number one, the color that it is and the texture and the consistency of it reminds me of the Very Valentino foundation. So is it going to be replacing my Very Valentino, because that one's expired and I can't find it anywhere? So we shall see. It comes in with a pump right here. This pump is one of those pumps that only dispenses a small amount of product, so like that's it. And that's the consistency and the color. But we're just going to go ahead and try this because it's pretty late. It's already 1:30 in the afternoon. I don't know what the hell is wrong with me. I can't wake up these days, so this is my life now. So we're just going to go ahead and put the foundation on and see if we like it. And see, it's doing that thing again like it did with the balm, where it looks too dark when I first put it on my hand, and then once I'm blending it in, it looks fine. It is also heavily, heavily perfumed, just so that you know. Heavily perfumed. Oh, I forgot to say that I'm already wearing concealer and primer. The primer that I'm using is the Gucci primer because that's become kind of like my everyday primer. And I'm using the Dior Backstage concealer. Alright guys, so this is as much as I'm putting on, and this is what my face looks like. One side of my face with the foundation, the other side without. It is a little bit dark. It also is a little bit red, but it's not anything that is like overwhelming. So like I could use this in the wintertime and take it into summer as well if I'm wearing foundation in the summer, and it would still look fine. Alright, so I'm going to finish the other side of my face and I'll be right back. Alright friends, so here is my entire face with the Christian Louboutin Teint Fetiche liquid foundation, and like I said, it is a little bit dark. It is a little bit also on the red side, but I don't think it looks terrible. But you could tell that it's a little bit dark and it's a little bit red because the under eye concealer that I use, the Dior Backstage concealer, is a perfect match for my skin tone, and it actually looks like a brightening concealer right now on my eyelids and my under eyes. But it is what it is. It's a pretty foundation. I can't feel it on my skin, which is always like a good point for me. I can still smell it though, so that's gonna be, yeah, that's not it. I don't like when I can smell perfume in a foundation. Like, I don't mind the initial fragrance of the perfume because usually it just goes away, but this is staying and I'm not, yeah, no. So anyway, let's see how it's treating my imperfections. Alright, so it's not emphasizing the texture on my face, but it's not masking it either. It is a luminous matte finish. Oh, the smell is so distracting. Oh my god, the smell is so distracting. I hope it goes away. It's a pretty foundation. It's sitting pretty nicely. It looks natural. It looks natural, just like the balm did. It looks very natural on the skin. So yeah, we'll see how it performs the rest of the day. Like I said, it is not early by a long shot. It's like 1:30. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and try the Hermes lipstick also because I want to see what it looks like. It has that Hermes scent, and the shade that I got is Rose Pop. So this is what it looks like, and you guys knew I was gonna get a pink lipstick. Come on now. All right, so this is what my face looks like with the Louboutin foundation. It is not early by a long shot. It is now 1:32 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Oh my god, I can feel it on my nose. Oh, that's not good. That's not shaping up very well for my wear test because it's going to be a pretty long wear test too. But this is what it looks like. Sits nicely on the skin. It's a very pretty foundation. Very pretty foundation. But yeah, I will see you guys back here for the results of my wear test. Bye. Hey friends, what up and welcome back. It is now 6:42 in the evening on a Saturday, and this is what my face looks like. As you can see, the foundation has broken down quite quite a lot, quite a bit. It's broken down quite a bit across my face here and my forehead. And the funny thing about it is I haven't gone anywhere all day. I've been sitting on my couch watching K-dramas as usual. So I'm not really sure why it's broken down this much. It has gotten into my imperfections and my acne marks on my face, and this is with a primer. So it's gotten, you know, messy here. And it did manage to oxidize and get a little bit darker as well. So yeah, this is what we're working with right now. The smell eventually went away. It went away after about, I want to say 30 minutes. The perfumey smell from the foundation went away. And then I couldn't smell anything anymore. And then I was feeling it on my nose. That went away in about 30 minutes too. I think it was just me being distracted from the foundation's perfumey smell that made me feel like I could feel it. You know, sometimes that happens. But yeah, this is what my face looks like. And it's still comfortable. I can't feel it on my skin. So but I'm just like, this is supposed to be like a luminous matte. It's not supposed to be breaking down this quickly on me. It hasn't been that long. I left here at 1:30. It's roughly 6:30, so like around 5 hours. And it's supposed to be 24-hour matte wear. Also, it is not transfer proof, not even by a long shot. It's not transfer proof, not at all. Because when I touched my face earlier, it came away with product on my fingers, and I was just like, yeah, that's not cute. But yeah, so it should be. If it's breaking down like this and I'm wearing a primer, good grief, what is it going to look like tomorrow when I actually wear it without a primer? Whew. So we shall see what that looks like. But yeah, this is what my face looks like for day number 1 of wear testing the Teint Fetiche Fluid Foundation from Christian Louboutin. The shade that I got, once again, is 60 Warm Sienna Nude. And this is what she looks like. Alright guys, so I will see you back here in about 30 seconds for day number 2 of wear testing this foundation. Bye. Hey friends, what up, and welcome back to day number 2 of wear testing the new Christian Louboutin Teint Fetiche Fluid Foundation. As usual, day number 2 is no primer, and we, you know, pile products on this day to see how well it takes product once again. Also, not going to be a talk through video because day number 2 is never a talk through video. It's just me adding stuff. So let's just get into it. Hey friends, what up and welcome back. It is now 6:52 in the evening and this is what my face looks like. As you can see, the foundation has held up remarkably well, considering that I did not actually stay home all day today. I was out for most of the day. And funny enough, I feel like it held up better without primer than it did when I was wearing primer. I don't know if that serum primer interfered with the way the foundation behaves, but I feel like I'm a lot more matte today than I was when I used it last week with the Gucci serum primer. I'm a little bit greasy here. Well, not greasy, but like oily, but my cheeks have not broken down at all. It still pretty much looks basically the way that it looked when I put it on. At about, what was it, like 12:30 or something like that, close to 1. But yeah, and couldn't feel it on my face, always a plus. The smell, once again, is overpowering, very overpowering, but it did go away after about 30 minutes. I could feel it on my nose also, but that also went away in about 30 minutes, and like I said before, I think it's not really that I can actually feel it on my face. It's more like the scent was distracting me. So this foundation is a good foundation. It's a really good foundation. I think if you can find your color, how many colors did I say there were? 30, I believe I said. If not, then I'll put it up here. It's a really good foundation. It is a medium buildable foundation. I feel like the balm was more full coverage than the foundation, but funny enough, I actually prefer the balm to the foundation. I don't know what it is. So today I used the Gucci, I think, hold on. What am I trying to say? Okay, so the reason I think I like the balm better is because the balm is not quite as warm as the foundation is. The foundation is very warm for me, bordering on kind of red. So I think that's what it is. If I could have gotten one of the other shades, like maybe 55, which was like, but 55 is a neutral warm, which is why I didn't get it. I may have liked it a little bit better, but as it is, 60 is, and I can't believe I'm actually saying that, it's a little bit too warm for me. So it kind of looks a little bit red, especially out in the sunlight, and that's the reason why I had used the Gucci concealer, because it's also a little bit dark, so the Gucci concealer kind of brightened up my face, like right around here, so it didn't look quite as red when I was out. But yeah, I think I prefer the balm. I think I do prefer the balm. I can't really articulate what it is with the difference. Maybe, like I said, it's just because it verges a little bit on red for me. But I think I prefer the balm, yeah. So I also feel like it took products really, really well. So like, and I used a lot of liquid products on top of it, not any powder products. The blush that I used is the Liquid Rosso from Valentino, that I used as a blush, was liquid. And then I used the Westman Atelier highlighter, the super loaded liquid highlighter on my face. And I feel like it took the products pretty well. It didn't break down any quicker than it did the last time I used it, and that's another thing, like, that's really weird to me, because it just broke down so much faster when I used the primer than it did without the primer, which I find really, really weird, but it is what it is. But my verdict on this foundation is that I actually really like it, and I would keep it if it wasn't so red on me. Like, is it really red, or is it just like super warm? I feel like it's super warm. It's like really, really warm. And for me to say that, that's saying a lot. But yeah, it's a nice foundation. I don't think you will go wrong with picking this up if you can find your color and your undertone. I don't feel like the undertones are very well distributed though. I feel like when you get to the darker shades, there are a lot of neutral undertones. Which is, to me, is very lazy, but it is what it is. Alright guys, well thank you so much for joining me for my review on the new Christian Louboutin Teint Fetiche Fluid Foundation. As I said, it's a really, really good foundation. You won't really go wrong picking it up if you can find your right color and undertone. For me, the color and the undertone was not like the best match, so I'm probably going to wind up returning it and sticking with the balm, because I do prefer the balm to the Fluide foundation. But thank you once again for joining me. As usual, it's been real, it's been fun, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.